so just say go.
Go.
Hey, we're Take Me to the Pilot, and you're watching Backstage Press.
I missed the.
He never really wore one for the big time. He never relished in the glow of the spotlight.
Hey, it's Regina from Backstage Press, and I'm here with Take Me to the Pilot. Hey guys. Could you just introduce yourself and say what you play in the band?
I'm Mike, I sing.
I'm Adam, I play bass and do backing vocals.
I'm John, I play drums, and Eric's not here, but let's pretend he's here, and he plays guitar.
Okay, imaginary Eric.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys are from Winnipeg. One of the only things I know about Winnipeg is Jonathan Taves is from there. So can you tell me a little bit about where you guys are from?
Our merch guy said something, well, I guess he's our tech guy now. He said he had a really good statement about Winnipeg, and that's that all there is snow and murder. That's pretty much, and us, I guess. Yeah. But the music scene in Winnipeg is really killer, so we're from a town that gives us a lot of support.
We don't really have much more to do for 8 months of the year, where it's just snow, so we stay inside, and everybody's in like 3 bands.
Yeah. So, did you guys play a lot of shows in Winnipeg before you went touring, or did you just kind of go straight into touring?
Yeah, we played a ton in Winnipeg before we toured.
I'd say as far as like time goes, definitely a ton, but we've definitely played more shows in cities aside from Winnipeg.
Yeah, we gave it time because, like, I mean, it doesn't make a ton of sense to tour before you even have local support.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of test the waters and say, are people willing to get behind us?
Yeah.
And if no one has yet, then that's a big gamble to go on the road.
Yeah. So, what's the biggest thing you guys done as a band so far?
The biggest thing we've done as a band? Well,
whether it's like biggest tour or show.
We've done, I don't know, we've done a lot of things that are sort of comparable bigness. You know, I mean, we've toured with bands like Fifi Dobson, These Kids Wear Crowns, and Everest, and Alyssa Reed, and we had one of our songs featured on Degrassi.
This last tour has been 2 months long, which is the longest tour we've ever done.
Yeah.
So,
And part of it with the new cities. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, it's just sort of been just a steady stream of progress. So, I mean, probably the biggest thing that's happened so far is the fact that we haven't really hit any huge walls yet, which is good. I mean, it's baby steps, but it's still steps.
Degrassi, that's pretty good. What did you guys watch the whole episode to hear your song on it? What was that like?
I was in the studio that night. I had my girlfriend who took a video on her iPhone and sent it to me. That was how I first saw it.
I remember I was at work that night. I did not get a chance to see it either. I just was checking Twitter and I saw that a girl uploaded this like splash screen and said like, "Tonight by Take Me to the Pilot," with like this pink background, and I was just like, "Sweet, I'm gonna steal your image and put that on our Facebook page."
Yeah.
Then I did, and she called me up. Like,
Didn't you put it on YouTube?
Yeah. I watched it. I was at home. I did nothing. I just watched it.
Alright, so Canadian Music Week is coming up soon. What are your goals for that week?
I want to
making a good impression.
I want to set the venue on fire
Yeah.
with our music. Huh? Set the venue on fire, but only with our music. Like, no matches or gasoline or kerosene or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I obviously impressing people is kind of what we're going for in a showcase environment. We're hoping to make some more connections and further a career through it. So.
And if it does catch on fire, that will be terribly ironic.
Yeah, it'll make headlines. It's press.
And that'll be good. You'll
And publicity is good publicity, right?
exactly.
Yeah. Even if it's an arson charge.
We're bringing the house down.
Alright, so you guys have been having a lot of problems with your van, whether it's getting tickets or it being towed. Can you tell us a little bit of some stories about your van?
Not without saying the F word like 50 times, but it's frustrating. We had in Calgary, near Calgary. It was like about 100 clicks out of Calgary. We don't know for sure how the axle on our trailer busted, but all I remember is being asleep in the back and hitting just a huge bump, like I was airborne.
Hitting the roof.
Yeah, like hitting the roof as I'm asleep, and all of a sudden just boom, like, you know, and then we got to the next gas station and he got out of the van and smelled something terrible and noticed that there were no bearings left on one side of our trailer wheel.
So we drove about another hour and a half into Calgary.
Just
We
metal
got
on
to the
metal.
venue, and then after that, our tire just seized up. And luckily, a friend of ours, Dad, came and brought his pickup truck and trailer.
Randall.
We kind of loaded all of our stuff in there, and then after that, we had to get actually a flatbed truck to come and pick up our trailer to bring it to just get it repaired. So that was definitely a bit of a setback.
But you know what? To everyone's credit, we didn't miss a show.
No, we didn't
miss a show.
That is
We actually
impressive.
got it all done. We got it all done on a Sunday, Monday, as we were in Edmonton when we needed to
as far as tickets and towing goes, I think the most important thing to say would be literacy is key and reading signs is important. So you know, stay in school at least until you can.
Yeah. So when you see that, Toronto sign, realize you're gonna get a ticket. Exactly. Toronto is actually, I think it's Ojibwe for tow zone.
Yes.
I remember that.
And do you guys have a name for the van?
Well, Van Wilder.
Van
yes.
Wilder, okay.
Although it bums me out because he informed me way too late that I could have named it Van Halen
Or Van Helsing.
or Van Halen. So, but yeah, Van Wilder now, and we've already planned out that our first bus will be called Busta Rhymes.
That would be amazing.
Hopefully soon. But.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Alright, so what are your plans for the summer? Spring too.
Well, I mean, when we get home, the first thing is going to be to get into the studio and finish the EP that we started before we left. And you know, once that's done, I mean, we're going to just try and get back on the road and support it. You know, hopefully play some festivals around here in and around June, July, and then, you know, come fall, it'll be time for another national tour.
Okay. Also, you're currently in the studio right now. Are you preparing for that EP, or are some of those going to go towards a future album?
It's all EP work for now. Okay. I mean, right now the majority of our planning and efforts have been going towards keeping ourselves alive on the road for 2 months, which is harder than it might seem. But I mean, yeah, like once we get back, the big thing is just to put out the release, and that's whatever
it may be. At this point, it is an EP, but we're not going to limit ourselves by the amount of songs. If it turns out to be an album, then it will be an album. But we're not saying one thing either. Or
it could be like a 2-track full length.
Yeah.
Greatest hit.
So what do you guys do to keep the shows alive? Because you do play the same songs every night. So what do you do to keep it going?
It's not Groundhog Day yet, that's for sure. It doesn't feel the same every night. Every show is different, you know. There's a different energy in every room, different people, different venues. You know, we're always out there. We may be playing a similar set every night, but we're out there just having fun, and we really enjoy what we do. So
yeah,
you know,
get sweaty.
Yeah,
get really sweaty, and just I mean, yeah, like the crowd. It all depends on what you can get away with, you know, because some people will sing along and dance along, and that lets you do a lot more.
Yeah.
But if the crowd just kind of standing there like this, then you have to get more creative.
You have to set the venue on fire.
Exactly.
Yes.
Set the or the crowd.
Yeah.
Depends how good they are.
Alright, you guys must know your songs really well, but is there ever times where you mess up, whether it's words or
Absolutely not. Never. Not even once.
just perfect?
Yeah, every time. I play all the time.
I think there have been 3 occasions in this tour where I haven't messed up the first verse of Tonight. I think like it's really bad. Like the lyrics, I don't know what it is about that first verse, but I can never. I always end up singing the second verse instead, and then I sing it a second time, and there's usually like one kid in the crowd who's like,
the kid who's trying to sing along, and it's just like, wait, am I wrong? Or he wrote the song, I must be wrong.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they go
it's always
home
the
and
best.
it's like,
It's always the best when you write a song and you can't remember the words.
Yeah. So what do you guys do to save it when you mess up? Like,
don't even what do you mean? What he just did.
Yeah. He doesn't screw up. I usually just smile because I can't help it, and then I just keep going.
I play drums, so I can get away with this.
Usually I'll make a face, like if you're in the front row and you see me go like, you know, as I'm singing, you're playing, go like, that usually means I missed a note or I messed up a lyric or something. But you don't let on, because I mean, half the people that we play to these days don't know who we are. So you know, how do they know that I messed up a lyric? They don't.
Yeah, so. But when you guys know, is it kind of funny to see, like,
usually.
Do you just keep count? Oh,
not that he ever does, but if he does, usually he's facing back, and then I see him.
Yeah.
We look at each other.
I'm just like,
and we're like, there's a second of acknowledgement, and then it's gone.
We don't even talk about it after the show usually, because it's just like, we know what happened. It's okay. We're ready to move on.
Sometimes we mess up the names of the bands we're playing with.
Yes, that would be only Mike.
There was an infamous incident where I called Neverest Stereos.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it is.
You know what? But they're all great guys. It kind of became a big joke between us.
Yeah, it became a big joke for the rest of the tour. Like on that tour, I think on our Winnipeg date, Alyssa Reed pulled us up on stage and made me. Well, before she made us participate in the dance-off, she made me issue a public apology to Neverest.
Yes,
and it was outstanding.
So how was that dance-off? Who was it against?
Each other.
Yeah, it was the Take Party Pilot dance-off.
And the Invisible Man won, I think, didn't he?
I think so. He did. Is that right, or?
He wore his medal.
I think it is.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Good job, buddy.
Shadow it down, hoping and praying and wishing that you would pick up the phone, maybe throw me a line, 'cause I can take it for a minute, but